Jamie, you good?
Yeah.
Jamie, what's your topic?
So I was going to talk about VR. I changed my mind like 100 times when we were
I'm
talking.
happy that because I don't think I'd
Bring VR back.
Yeah, we're bringing it back. So VR is.
Have you used VR recently?
I have.
You have.
I have. I'll talk about that in a second. So VR is.
So we are talking about VR.
So we are talking about VR?
We are talking about VR.
I thought you said we weren't.
I thought you said you changed your mind.
I thought you said.
I went back and forth like 100 times.
Like literally within.
Yes, within the past 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. The way you said it, you're like, I wanted to talk about VR, but I changed my mind.
No, we're going to talk about VR.
Oh, okay. This topic's VR.
So VR, for those not.
Put your headsets on now.
Is you basically you put a headset on back. You know, do you remember the Virtual Boy?
What does VR stand for?
Virtual
it was red,
reality.
like
it was like a red thing, and it was very laser, like a lot of lasers, and there was no real graphics on the thing.
Lasers.
It was like red lines and stuff when you looked at it.
Yeah, it was like black and red.
Anyways, VR.
I never had one. I think I went to like the
no
store.
one had a Virtual Boy.
Yeah, and like I tried it at the display.
I think it was probably like $700 when it came out.
I think it was like 100.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Anyways, VR's come a long way in the past year or two, and a lot of products have now finally started hitting the market. There's
affordable too.
There's three main high-level stuff. There's the PSVR, which goes into your PlayStation 4. There's the HTC Vive, which is for PC, and the Oculus, which is also for PC.
Oculus owned by Facebook, though.
Yes. Right? Yeah. And then there's some lower-end ones. You can get like the Google Cardboard, which you put your Android phone down in it, and you just put on your
So
face.
they're just a piece of cardboard you build. $20, put on your head.
And then your phone will display it in a certain way that immerses you into VR.
Yeah.
And the reason I ask is I was at a birthday party, 1-year-old birthday party. So fun that day. Mm-hmm. And the guy had a PSVR. So obviously once the birthday party was done, we went upstairs to go play PSVR. And I only played one game so everyone could take a turn. But man, it was so cool. Like, I can't explain it to you, but this world did not exist. You had that thing on. You were inside of the video game.
That's what I heard.
And the tracking on it. So tracking
is like you're
yeah. What separates right now the different things are the resolution. So like the quality of the screen you're looking at, and the tracking. And I'll talk about which ones are best and stuff because I'm in the market.
Of course you are.
So for the PSVR, the tracking was really, really good. And like you look here, the thing goes here. It was so
you have 360 degree.
Yeah. So
is it head or does it somehow know what your eyes are looking at? Like, can you in the video game?
It's head. It's mostly head.
It's going to be eyes eventually.
Because your eyes, even if you're looking at a screen, your eyes are going there. It doesn't. Your head doesn't move. Like you can still look over here.
No, but you know, like you were saying, like you look up in the world of the video game, you look up too, right?
Put it this way: there's nothing different you need to do with that thing on your head than you would do in real life. Like it's all just works. It just works, man. So, anyways, I was playing a video game. You're on rails, meaning you don't physically walk around. You're in a spot and stuff's going on, and it's almost like you're in a movie.
Like a roller coaster.
It was more of a movie roller coaster type thing.
What game were you playing?
I think it was called Heist something or other. It was like it's only like an hour-long video game. And anyway, so I was in a bar. That's where the game started, and you're being interrogated by a guy. A guy comes up and he gives you a suitcase and all this stuff. So anyways, so I was looking around full on, like looking behind me. There was a shelf with dust on it. I had an ashtray in front of me with a cigarette in it. There was a gun on the table. And you can grab all of this. You can pick up the cigar, pick up the lighter and light it.
But so it tracks your hands?
Well, you're holding two, they're called, like, you know, the Wiimotes?
Yeah.
There's those for PlayStation.
They have little light sensors on them, so that's how it tracks it. So as long as you have that, you can track it. So you pick up a gun, you can pick up ammo, load it in. Like, it was all so real. And you just, you were sitting at a table and you just felt like you can physically touch it. Such a great experience. So the PSVR is like around $700 or so.
Yikes.
Plus you need the PlayStation 4, which is another $400. So it's a bit of expensive. It's a brand new thing, entry level stuff, first generation. Then the Oculus I don't know much about, so I'm going to toss it aside. And then the HTC Vive is the pinnacle. So that goes into your computer. So you need like a $1,500 computer, which I have. The HTC Vive is like $1,100. Again, it comes with a controller. The difference with that is, so with the PSVR, you have to have the PlayStation camera up at the front, and that's how it tracks the headset. With the HTC Vive, you actually put two sensors up in your room, and it makes a virtual sort of space based on the room you're in, and it scales it to that. So HTC Vive's on another level of tracking. Like, you could walk over there, and it just knows your space. It won't let you go, like, run into your desk or your bookshelf or something. This is really, really cool. I haven't tried the Vive, so buying it would be
that was my next question. Like,
me buying it blind almost. But I have a buddy.
But on the reviews and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. So I have a buddy that I played World of Warcraft with.
Remember those times?
Yeah. He actually develops for the Vive. He's a computer programmer, and I just spent like a half hour talking with him the other day. And now, because I was talking to him on Facebook, my Facebook feed is full of HTC Vive advertisements. It's fucked up.
See, I like having a friend like you because this is why I've kept you around so long. Is because I would never buy any of these things.
Yeah, you want to try it.
I don't even have any game consoles. I've never played video games.
You have my Xbox actually.
Yeah, but it's in a box in my cantina.
Doesn't matter. You have it.
I had your Game Boy.
Yeah.
But I brought that back.
Yeah, you did. Do you have my GameCube?
Years later.
No.
Okay.
No, I have your GameCube. I have
You should trade that in.
I have your Xbox. Though.
Yeah. You can keep it.
Whatever. The point is, I never do it, but it is interesting, and not to say that I don't like playing video games at all. I'm not one to sit at home and play with myself, or play video games.
That's
Speaking
a
of
lie.
PSVR,
Which one's easier for porn? Vince is asking.
the HTC Vive is just because it incorporates with your computer a lot easier.
Yeah.
PlayStation's a bit more of a lockdown system.
You have to like go to a separate website, download an SD card.
Okay, so my other question is: do you think this is going to be a situation, Blu-ray versus HD? What is it? HD discs,
HD DVD,
HD DVDs, where, by all intents and purposes, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was the porn industry that actually defined which one would be the front runner, which is Blu-ray, right? That's what I heard. That it was that industry.
I think it might to an extent,
Combination of the things.
It'll be a combination. Maybe on the computer side of it, maybe one just ends up being the winner. But the thing is, VR is like everywhere. Like you can buy a $20 cardboard. You can like tailor your VR experience.
It's like right now, the new Call of Duty comes out. They make it for computer, PlayStation, and Xbox, right? If the new Job Simulator comes out, which is one of the games I want to get and have you play.
Job Simulator?
I'll explain
You
in a second.
pretend to have a job?
Yeah.
I'll explain in a second.
Simulate.
So anyways, that comes out. It comes out for PSVR and HTC Vive. There's a computer copy which you can play with HTC Vive or Oculus. There's a PlayStation version which you play with the PlayStation. So again, it's almost like having different consoles.
Yeah, but eventually, all these companies that are making the games would rather not have to make it for all these.
Right.
There's been an Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation for the past 15
right, because
years.
they've dominated, but there's no like.
No,
other consoles don't.
It's not a format though. It is
a format because there's certain programming that has to go into play.
You know what it is? No, I think
compatible.
The more comparable would. I think there's a million examples, but I think it's like there's not just one TV brand, Sony, LG. You know what I mean? Like a million companies.
But the TV one out, versus some other type of device that displayed images on your TV. There wasn't, but maybe there was. But the TV one, the cassette one, the record one, those are delivery mechanisms of hard copies of stuff.
I don't think there's just going to be the Vive, because the PSVR, like the Vive won't work with the PSVR. Like it's a very locked different system. So I think there'll be multiple VR units, I think, but VR is, I think, here to stay.
That was exactly my next question. So we talked about the Game Boy thing that came out like 100 years ago, right? That came and went too soon, right? But
that was also just a video game system in itself. Like the baby's down. The VR unit is not actually just for video games, right? Yeah. And that's actually what the best part about it is. Like it's going to open up, I guess, this whole virtual reality world.
I do look forward to the idea of watching like a very like
a concert,
but like a high definition, very like Avatar-ish movie in VR, where like you're in there and like shit's happening around you and you're watching.
So that's the thing with VR is that the possibilities are endless. It's not just for video games. There's a game or program you can download for HTC Vive, which puts you in an apartment. Right? You can go play pool in your apartment. You can go sit down on your couch and watch the new episode of Game of Thrones in VR on your VR TV. That exists already. You can do it. If Nick had an HTC Vive at home, he can come over to my virtual apartment to watch Game of Thrones with me.
Can we record this all virtually?
It's already done. Just click the VR button.
Which is crazy. And then, like, where do you draw the line, right? Where does it start to blur between reality and not?
I think, that's like... that's some second life shit.
People get wrapped up in World of Warcraft that's their life, right?
Yeah, I knew this one guy.
You know firsthand, right?
I knew this one guy.
Can you imagine being further immersed where that's all you want to do is live your life in there?
And that's going to happen, right? There's people who already borderline who do that. This is just going to put them over the edge,
right?
Right.
That's the weird shit though. But like, I think it's cool. Like if like you have family in Argentina. And obviously you can't go down there for every birthday party or quinceañera, but it's just like put your VR unit on and, assuming they have some sort of camera that works, it's like you're there. You're now at their house.
Right? Because like, let's say FaceTime is more
FaceTime
than
is
popular
the closest
now.
thing, right?
You have uncles and aunts that don't know how to use iPads very well are doing FaceTime. That wasn't a thing 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
If you give that another 5-10 years, we could have Link's birthday party and have family all over the world.
Like I was at a
attending.
wedding that day. I could have been there. I just lock onto my VR and be like, "Hey, Link."
And this is not out of the realm of possibility.
So you're definitely in the market. You're gonna keep doing some research. How you buying it soon, or are you still gonna wait?
Right now, it's a matter of me pulling the trigger.
Like which
I've
could be
decided
anything.
which one I want. The HTC Vive. I've decided.
Class.
I have the space for it. I asked the guy who develops for it. He laid it all
in
out
your
for
office.
me.
You put it in your office.
Yeah, he laid it all out for me and gave me the pros and cons and stuff. He's like, my biggest thing is the PSVR. I feel like when you guys are over to record a podcast or for a birthday or whatever, it's much more easy for you to sit in front of my couch and play PSVR. It's more inclusive. Whereas the HTC Vive in my office, I feel like that's just more of a me thing. Sure, you can come in there, right? Nothing's stopping it, but it's out of the way. That was the biggest thing for me. The price.
So you want that? You look forward to having it isolated,
right? But I can also bring my computer out to the living room. It's not the end of the
I
world.
mean, the amount of
right?
times we realistically come over as a group.
It's not worth it.
It's like
to
once
be
or
like,
twice a
okay,
year.
I want the lesser system. Then I was thinking about developer support. So developers notoriously support PlayStation and Xbox, right? Nintendo's kind of like being a thing on the side for a while, and you worry about that for this type of stuff too.
yeah, and that's kind of what I went with earlier. Like who's gonna come ahead, right? Because developers are gonna pick one and kind of.
Yeah, so I'm worried about that because the HTC Vive is more right now. A lot of indie people just on Reddit are making virtual reality games. Here, try out my game, right? I want more like the Ubisofts and the EA making stuff, which PlayStation's going to pay mad money to these companies to develop for it. So that's the last deciding factor for me is to pull the trigger on one of the two. But that's it.
Which one's better for porn?
HTC Vive. So I was going to talk about that too. Is morality-wise, where do you draw the line there? Like
what's cheating?
The closer you get to reality in VR, where does the line get drawn for you guys?
I don't think we're even close to like. I don't know.
You haven't tried it, neither have I. But I heard it's pretty like crazy. It can be pretty like. I don't know. No one's physically touching you. No one's physically doing anything to you.
That's why I think it's.
But it's up here, right?
No. If you're going to get divorced, like if you're going to get dropped because you're having sex in a virtual reality thing, then you might as well get divorced now for watching porn on your computer screen. Like,
I think it's a bigger thing too. Is like the movie Her. You ever watch that movie?
No, but
right, that's a whole different thing. It's AI, right? I know, and that's a whole different thing. But that to me is like that's cheating. That would be a thing.
That's
where,
at least emotional cheating.
That's an emotional because now you're like, yeah, exactly. It's a whole different ballgame. This is not like you're not. There's no actual.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no actual human like there. It's all.
It's only a matter of time before there's AI and like there's some.
But that's a different conversation.
That's when we get there. Yeah, AI combined with VR.
Well, I'm not talking about getting there.
What other letters can I incorporate in?
It's not like we can't have the conversation now, though.
Okay,
my question was
the conversation, like
as it stands now.
Yeah, you're getting a Vive next week. Let's say, are you cheating? I don't think so.
No, not even close. Not even close.
If it was full blown AI, I don't know. But then again, it's just AI, so I don't know.
No, but if the AI was,
this question gets interpreted differently. Is if a bunch of women were sitting here, like our wives were sitting here, I bet they'd have a very different opinion.
No, and I think their opinions. I can't speak for them because
I think their opinion's valid.
No,
it's not valid.
But the movie Her, I think the movie Her would be a clear-cut case of cheating, where this dude fell in love with his AI. I think if you fall in love, that's cheating. Like that's an emotional, not physical cheating, but I think in some cases that might even be worse than physically cheating, right?
Yeah.
Some people view it that way, right? So, I think. If you incorporate AI capable of that level, Her was ridiculous. That's a movie, right? But that level of interaction, then you're in deep trouble.
10 years.
Then you're in deep trouble. But this, no. Even however good it looks, no.
You're not.
Oh, I didn't talk about Job Simulator. It's just it's more of a tech demo-y type of game.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you go to tech, the only way cheating in this is still not cheating because if you get adapters. Because I've heard that there's like adapters you can buy.
Like a fleshlight?
Like a fleshlight. Yeah, no, for real. It's like a fleshlight that cooks into these.
Your HTC Vive. You have all these attachments.
Yeah, no, but you get fleshlight things. And then, you put it on, right? And then all of a sudden, what's happening there, you feel it here. And then that
getting put a sign on your door, VR in progress.
You are not because you walk.
You're canceling headphones on, and you have this thing on. You're just like
no. You're even with fleshlights and dildos sticking out of you everywhere. I don't think you're cheating at that point. I think you have relationship issues maybe per se, and like that could be an issue to be, but like if your wife storms in and be like, you're cheating on me, like, no, I'm not cheating on you.
I can explain.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm not cheating on you. I'm a little messed up.
I'm a little messed up, yeah.
But I'm not cheating on you.
I agree. It's not cheating.
Text message from Jesus, can I come over to HTC Vive?
Yeah, but leave me alone in the room for
and some Lysol wipes, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't need to talk about
Fuck Job
yeah.
Simulator. We'll do a review on it later.